Alrighty, I'm going to do a quick update on my son's SCX10 Deadbolt. We got this back in August from CKRC Crawlers, CKRC Hobbies in Reno, Nevada. The only thing new that I've really put on this truck, or should I say installed in this truck, is a set of new hardened steel hot racing transmission gears. Everything else I either had or ran across or found secondhand or traded for. Other than that, we've had no problems. Even with the stock parts, we've had no breakages. On the stock motor with the stock gearing, it did get pretty warm running it on 3S, so I did switch it to 2S lipos just to kind of preserve the life of that motor as long as I could. You can see there's some updates externally on this. I did take off the light bar. That thing drags really bad when it's tipped over trying to move around rocks. So we got rid of that. I used some scale bungee cords as lanyards for the body clips. You can see it's not the stock radio. It is a GT2B. I opted to use this. It's essentially the same radio. It is a FlySky radio, the same as the rebranded Axial AX3, I believe it is, the stock radio. But the receiver and the receivers are actually the same too. But I switched to this because it is rechargeable. It actually has a rechargeable LiPo battery in it, and it charges via a mini USB cable. Other things you can see, I have a set of Axial beadlocks with RC four-wheel drive boggers and a Wertymade steel bumper. Let me get this turned here real quick so you can see it a little bit better. This bumper is well used from a friend's rig that I traded for. You can see that it's got a lot of paint wore off of it, but it has no breaks, no bends, there's no broken welds. Thing's in awesome shape. It's taking a beating and it's going to take some more on this truck. You can see I have some aluminum links on the steering. Some aluminum links on the bottom. I did not do the uppers yet. With just the lower links being changed, it's been a huge upgrade, not only dragging across rocks, but in the flex that was happening in the axles as they would bind coming over obstacles and such. I'm still using the stock Wild Boar HD drive shafts. These things are awesome, and I've been using them on every rig we had, even my brushless rig, and they've been working out just fantastic. Let's see here. You can see he's applied some decals. I helped him apply a few of them. A few of the things we had, a few of the vendors we use. Let's see. Not the stock servo. The stock servo is still fine. It's up here on the rack, hanging there. But you can see I have a 645 MG high-tech servo that came out of my Scout. It had actually been worked in the waterproofing realm. I dipped the board in Corrosion X and I sealed the case with liquid tape. Figured why not use it if I wasn't using it in my truck, I might as well use it in his. This is not the stock electronic location. Obviously it's not. I'm not sure where I got this battery tray from, but it fit in here and I went ahead and used it. I used it because I actually moved the receiver to the rear and the ESC onto this little plate that's bolted onto the chassis. I'm still using the stock ESC, but I have changed to an Energy 35 turn motor. That's just to handle 3S if I decide to use it or I loan it out to somebody on 3S. Plus it's a little bit tougher than the stock 27 turn. Like I said, the only thing I've changed internally are the transmission gears. They're actually the hot racing hardened steel transmission gears. And I have geared it down one tooth from 13 and 56 to 12 and 56. We've had no issues with this truck whatsoever. Everything has worked out fantastic. I can't complain. For the retail price of the truck and the transmission gears, we got a pretty good deal. I could have left all the stock parts on 2S in the stock configuration, except for maybe moving the battery tray. We did have the stock battery tray moved up front above the electronics tray. Excuse me, electronics box. That's why you can see that hole there, because it actually had a bolt and a nut stuck through there to hold it on. But I've since moved it since I had this battery tray. So here's the SCX10 Deadbolt. It's been a fantastic truck. Like I said, we've put in a minimal amount of money. Like it's used stuff, it's secondhand stuff I've traded for. I've not put, even with the brand new transmission gears, I've really not put over $100 in cash into this truck. That's being pretty light on all the upgrades that are on it. So if you're looking, check out the Deadbolt. Great place to start. As a ready to run, all you need are batteries for your radio and a battery to run it on, and then your charging method. On NIMS, these things run fine. I would just, if you're getting into it, check it out. I'm probably going to actually purchase one of these for myself. I would say in the later part of the year or next year to build a scaler off of. I have a few bodies in mind, possibly a hard body to put on as a scaler, and build a full detailed scaler. So that might be another plan for later. But this is his truck. And we will find out what else he decides to do with it, aside from drive it like he does. We will talk to you later.